This is the plaintiff, Ivoriana Dean Davis. She says she loaned her ex-boyfriend money so he could get out of jail, and now he won't pay her back. He stole her phone, and she's not about to let him get away with ripping her off to the tune of $1,500. So she's suing. This is the defendant, Christopher Ballot. He says he never asked the plaintiff for the money. She just sent it to his baby's mother because she wanted to help him out. As far as the phone goes, the plaintiff says she left it in his car, but he has no idea what she's talking about because it's gone. He's accused of letting a lady friend down.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff says she loaned her ex-boyfriend money so he could get out of jail. And guess what? Yeah, he stiffed her. But the defendant says the plaintiff was in love with him and wanted to help him out, so she gave him the money as a gift. It's the case of disappointing a lady friend.
Let me tell you, when they say to you and each of you, aren't we saying the same thing?
It never made sense to me.
All right.
That's just a custom from. It's so archaic. I get you.
Okay.
I get you.
All right. Thank you. I'm glad you get me.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Dean Davis, you are suing Mr. Ballard, whom you used to date, for $1,500 that you say he owes you and refuses to repay. Tell me your tale of woe.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just skip from how we met and whatever. But basically,
No, I want to know how you met. No, girlfriend, I want to know how you met.
Okay. So we met at a gas station. Long story short, he got my number and we started hanging out from there.
At a gas station. That's why I wanted you to tell it, because that gives hope to all kinds of people that you can meet anybody anywhere. You meet him at a gas station and what happens? You start dating, and how long are you dating before he gets arrested?
About 3 months.
Okay, and what happens?
Or no, 2 months actually. He gets arrested and contacts me. He's in jail and all this stuff. And basically, he gives me his baby mom's number to contact her so that we could stay in communication with everything so everybody's on the same page.
Can I just ask you, when did you notice that your boyfriend was missing? Was he your boyfriend, or you guys were just casually dating, or what?
We didn't make anything official until he was in jail. That's when he started saying, "Oh, I love you," and blah, blah, blah. We could make things official.
I bet he does then. Okay.
Right. So he was like, I didn't want to say anything before because I'm older and I didn't want you to think that I was trying to hold you down and stuff and whatever. You've seen the messages.
How old are you?
22. He's 32.
How old are you, Mr. Ballot?
I'm 32.
Okay, so how do you find out that he's arrested?
He calls me from jail and that's how I find out. I was like, oh, so you're in jail? Because basically he was traveling and got pulled over on his way back to Tucson, and he had a warrant for his probation.
You had a warrant in Georgia for what?
For violating probation.
For how did you violate probation in Georgia?
I had got a new charge in Georgia.
What were you on probation for?
It was a drug charge.
So when you get picked up on the warrant, you're in what state?
In Arizona, Casa Grande, Arizona.
Okay, and then how long does it take them to extradite you to Georgia?
It took them a month.
Right. So then you get to Georgia. How long are you in jail?
For about 2.5 months. And once I got to Georgia, they ended up, dropping the violation because the new charge is something that already been resolved, but because of, the corona situation, I haven't gone to court to get it dropped yet.
Okay. You end up accepting money from Ms. Dean Davis. What was the money for? How did it get to you?
So basically, I was on the phone with my daughter's mom, and she told me that, she sent her like $1,200 or something. And I was like, oh, wow, that's cool for what? And she was like, I don't know. She just said if it can get you out faster.
So talk to me, Ms. Dean Davis. How is it that you end up sending money to Mr. Ballot?
So basically, he called me from jail and gave me an update on his lawyer situation, that he found one and that he had the money to pay for it, but he still was $1,200 short. And I was like, okay, well, $1,200, whatever. I'll let you know what I could do. And then I ended up getting some money. So I was waiting for him to call me back, and he was taking too long. So I was like, okay, because like he was at a deadline to pay his lawyer so that she could speed up the process, you know, because.
Did he ask you for the money?
He didn't directly ask me for it, no.
But you wanted to help get him out.
Right, but because he said he was going to pay me back. I wouldn't have gave him the money.
Okay, well, that's what I'm asking you. When you say he didn't directly ask you, when was he saying he was going to pay you back?
After I gave him.
Okay, so he gets the money, and then according to you, he tells you that he's going to pay you back. All right.
He messaged me.
You introduced into evidence a series of emails and texts. Were those coming from prison, from jail?
Yeah. When he was in jail after I
Really?
sent him the money. He was, they have apps. I was able to send text messages, pictures, videos, like a lot of stuff. But
so this is
that's
you
how we
communicating with the mother of his child. Hey, can you send me your Cash App too, so I can send the $1,200 for his lawyer?
Right.
And this is you communicating with him. Are these the ones from
those are the
jail?
ones from jail.
These are the ones that are really racy. Okay. This is what I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated. So you're sending, on August 11th, you're still in custody, and you're sending this, and the jail's not reading it? Because I kind of remember where all incoming and outcoming was subject to getting read, and so they don't stop you?
I guess not. They screened some messages I sent, like a video that I sent him, but like it wasn't like.
I'll give you the money back when I get out, but if they extradite me to Atlanta, you can have the car.
Yeah, and I have power.
So why are you telling her that you have almost $15,000 that someone else is holding for you?
Okay, so basically,
I will pay you back for your work. You had her also solving a car problem that you had. What was the car problem you had her solving?
So basically, my car was impounded when I got pulled over. So she said she would do it. Which I appreciated it too, because like I said, I lived in Arizona. I don't have any family there, anybody. So, I sent her the money to go get it out, and I sent her some extra money just for doing it.
Okay. Now, was that before or after she sends you the $1,200 for the lawyer?
That was before.
Okay. So I got almost $15,000 saved up so far. My homie in Baltimore been keeping things going for me. What are you referring to?
Yeah, basically, I
have to move you out there with me looking forward to them pics, bae. Wait, she can send you pics at jail too?
Yeah, pictures.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pics, videos, yeah, all type of stuff. So basically, I have a moving company, and I was trying to, keep business going afloat, but I also was getting a lot of transactions going on my account and money getting depleted from my account while I was incarcerated, which, is why, I was originally short on the lawyer. But
so why didn't you just pay her back if you know that you took $1,200 to pay your lawyer from her? Because you did use it. You didn't tell your child's mother, oh, send that money back. I won't accept it. You actually took it. According to her, you asked her for it. Well, actually, no. According to you, he didn't directly ask you for it, but you sent it and he said, I'm going to pay you back.
And also, like the person I am, like I would pay her back. But
how come you didn't? What happened? Like I know that when guys go to jail, they all of a sudden, oh, I love you. You're the only woman for me. Hey, can you run a bunch of errands for me? Can you put money in my commissary? Can you do this? Can you do that? That is like the magical. I don't know how women do not see this coming a mile away, because this happens all the time. All of a sudden, a guy who was not this serious about you gets very serious about you because you're the one responsible person outside that he can get to get stuff done. So you ought to be seeing through that. But you send $1,200 to get him out. You say you're going to pay her back. What is your defense here? You don't feel like you should pay her back because you didn't ask her for it. What's your defense?
Right. So like I said, the money was gifted, to me. I never asked for it. I appreciated it. And like I said, the person I am, I pay her back. I paid a bail for that charge that violated me. And once I go to court, I get the money back from paying the bail in full. So, I just don't have it at this time.
Okay, let me ask you about the value of the iPhone X. How does he have your iPhone?
Yeah, so somehow I left it in his car. So when he when and got pulled over, I wasn't able to get it back, and it was in his property. And he was supposed to send it back to me and never ended up doing that. And last, when I spoke to him in beginning of December, when he was last here to see me, he said when he got back home, he came across the phone that he was going to send it next day shipping because my microphone stopped working on my other phone.
What were you doing? Okay, because you had another phone. Well, where's her phone?
Yeah,
Mr. Ballot.
I actually did come across it while I was, out in Arizona. So I found it. I mailed it to her. I got the receipt or everything.
When did you mail it to her?
This was just like last week. It should have got to her yesterday.
How did you mail it?
Yeah, through the postal service, and it got a tracking number on there. Took a picture of the tracking number. I took a picture of me putting the phone in the box.
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to give that a few days to see if it gets to you. He's got the tracking number, so we'll know if it gets to you or not. If it turns out that it doesn't get to you and he's just making this stuff up, then he's going to have to pay you the diminished value of the iPhone because, when somebody has your stuff, they have to take care of it or replace it. Regarding the lawyer's fees, I'm a little bit more concerned. And by the way, you guys dating?
No, he ghosted me last time he seen me, so I don't know what happened with that. But last time he came to see me, he stopped talking to me and told his baby mama to block me. And I don't know about that, but I don't even care about a relationship. I just want my money, and I'm good with being single.
Right. Can I ask you something? Tell me exactly how that happens. He gets out of jail, and all of a sudden you're no longer the love of his life? All of a sudden, he just drops you like a hot potato, like it just out of nowhere. He just ghosts you, and you're calling him, and he won't return your calls. And do you feel like maybe you got taken for a little bit of a ride?
Yeah, but I mean, it wouldn't be the first time. It's like
you live and you learn,
right? So, like I said,
well, it should be the last time because if it's not the first time,
trust is broken.
It's Now, it's not that you can't trust people; it's that. If all of a sudden there's a change in behavior when a guy goes to jail, it's because they want you to be running their errands and stuff and putting money in their commissary and making their phone calls and solving their problems. I mean, you should really smell the rat when that happens. You should see that that's what's going on. But I have to tell you something. I see that he said, I'll pay you back, I'll pay you back. He says here, when I get the money, I'll pay her back. But when you're in court, you have to be able to prove that at the time you loaned it because he said he'd pay you back. In other words, if at the time it's just you spending money because he loves you, and so you just want him out so fast because you love him and you want him back, and you're dropping $1,200 on a guy you've known 2 months who got picked up on a warrant you didn't know about, and if that's how you roll, then that's how you roll. The promise to pay has to come before you send the money for it to be a loan. Otherwise, it is a gift where he's making kind of these promises that he'll pay you back, and hopefully he will, but they're not actionable. You can't sue him in court for them because they're not the reason you sent the money. You sent the money because you wanted your man out, and how'd that go? Not so good, right? But I am going to order, if you do not get the phone within the next, I'll give it a week, I'm going to order him to pay you the value of the phone. Okay? Good luck, folks.
Ms. D. Davis, were you concerned when you found out he was being arrested after you'd known him for just such a short period of time?
I mean, it happens. It wouldn't be his first time going to jail. So, I mean, he's grown. So, no. I've been to jail before, I guess. So, it happens.
Well, listen, have you learned anything from this whole experience with him?
I'm done doing stuff for people, end of story, and get my promise to pay before.
Very good. All right, good luck. I hope you get your phone back anyway. Mr. Ballard, let me ask you, have you gotten your situation straightened out now?
No, actually, I got my life on track and doing all positive and legal things.
And do you feel you took advantage of her? Don't you feel a little guilty about that?
No, I mean, I feel like, like she said, I should have just gave her the money back. I kind of just forgot about it.
Okay, well, thank you for talking to us at least. And that'll do it for this case. Let's see what the judges have to say about it now.
I get the impression that you think that the defendant has a moral obligation, perhaps, to send the $1,200 back her way, but no legal obligation.
Yeah, because she didn't send it based on that promise.
Right. There was a French mathematician and philosopher, Pascal, who once said, "The heart has its reasons that reason does not know." And this is one of those situations where you're just like, do you want to knock some sense into the place? She seems like such a nice woman, and a beautiful young woman.
And she says it's not the first time. I mean, I hope it's the last time. I mean, she's young. You know, you make mistakes. That's what youth is for, to make all the mistakes.
That's true.
But boy, you really you got to be on alert.
Yeah.
When a relationship magically changes like that and someone needs something.
Right, and you were spot on when you said, look, when somebody's inside, they need somebody to make the phone calls, to go pay off a debt, to get things ready, to make communications with other people, all those little things. So, yeah, they're going to tell you anything at all to get you on board with that.
So Jay wants to know this. Hey, Harvey, my brother just got his first vaccination, and now he's running around with no mask and not a care in the world. How do I get him to understand, since we live together, he could be putting me at risk because I haven't gotten a shot yet? Well, guess what? If Dr. Fauci can't figure this out to convince your brother, I'm going to have a hard time doing it, other than to say this. What I would say to him is, great, you got a vaccination. You can still get COVID. How are you going to feel if I get COVID and I end up dying because of you? How will that weigh on you? And is it worth it not to wear a mask if that ends up happening? Shaming him is the only thing I can think of. But these masks have become political, which is insane. Wear a mask and just protect the other person. It's like a seatbelt, only better.